Hello everyone, Pallytime here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We join our party just outside of Moonrise Towers, the location of the enemy. We've been told of a Ketheric Thorm that resides inside of this tower, who's effectively immortal. The big bad evil guy cannot be taken down. So what do we do? Well, first things first, I think we should get inside and explore a little bit. I have it on good authority that we should...
That's far enough.
Try to thin the herd a little bit, if possible.
His thoughts invade your own, probing for purchase. Your parasite purrs in recognition.
Luckily, he doesn't seem to know anything about the last light in.
What news, true soul?
Well, of course, there's the news that on November 4th, we're doing a 24-hour charity stream to help sick kids. Twitch.tv/MFPallytime. I hope you guys join me. That's really the news. I have a message from Nier. Who should I report to? Let's not forget, we kept True Soul Nier alive in Act 1. I've never seen what happens as a result of that.
You'll find Z'rell in the audience chamber, True Soul. She'll be wanting to hear from you.
That's not who I said.
Desires, an audience let us provide.
Man, Gale looks so dark and edgy here in the Shadow Curse. Praise be to the Absolute. Did I get that right?
Praise the absolute.
Yeah, it seems like that went over well. Yes. Well, welcome back, everybody. Do not worry.
But it was rather simple getting here in the end, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, we just kind of walked here with the pixie blessing.
Obstacles ahead of us
What?
promise to be high.
Astarion! Come on! Let's go! Now, even though we are showing up to Moonrise Towers, I don't want you guys to think I'm rushing through Act 2. That's not my intention. But I do think it's important that we have a full picture of the conflict at hand here. I mean, you never know. This could be someone's first playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3 that they're watching. I don't think that's the case. If this is your first one, leave it down in the comments. Welcome. I'd be very surprised. As we open the door, we see more scrying eyes in front of us.
Another
True Soul. The disciple will want to see you.
Yes, the disciple will want to see me. Of course they will. We're going to go the opposite direction of where they're trying to get me to go. Good rule of thumb when exploring, don't do what the game wants you to do. Oh, a salami, the most deadly weapon in all of Faerun. This isn't stealing, so I'll help myself. Yes, these dried and spicy pork sausages will sustain me. We did perceive this mucus on the wall. Good thing I invested points into perception. I don't know how we could have spotted this otherwise.
Living flesh, or some residue of it. Perhaps something nests in the rafters above.
We will look into that very, very soon. First, Lanessa. I didn't say your name right.
A moment, True Soul. You use a spoon to stir the soup, Barnabas. Forget the axe, my darling.
Yeah, Barnabas. Get with the program.
Now, how can I help you?
I've never seen a tame gnoll before, but I have killed plenty.
Soft and sweet as pudding, isn't he? He no longer remembers his life in the wild. That is the gift the Absolute gave me when I stood before her. To rewrite the lives of her faithful. Make them believe there's something better.
I thought the Absolute accepted us all as we were. Is that not the case?
She gathers many threads for her design, but it is still her design. And Barnabas has found his place in it. Observe. Barnabas, sweetie, come show what a good boy you are. What would you like him to do?
What would I like him to do to you? You decide. How about a dance? Keep your sick games to yourself? I'll say you decide. Let's see where this goes.
The prayer, I think. Barnabas struggles with civilized speech, but he's been practicing.
You feel her will surge outwards and envelop the creature, inexorable as the tide.
Hearts. One. Soul. No, Barnabas! We talked about this.
It's pretty creepy, Barnabas. Two really interesting options here. One is to sever her control over Barnabas. That is a wisdom check, which is what we are good at as a monk. The other is to reinforce her efforts, so help her assert control over Barnabas. No, I think we will sever that. We need to roll a 16 with guidance. That should be easy. We roll an 18. Not as easy as I thought.
Like rope drawn taut beneath the blade, the connection simply snaps.
No. Barnabas. Darling. No!
There's an illithid parasite in that.
All trace of restraint is gone. Barnabas has tasted blood, and wants more.
Barnabas!
As the symbol glows, power courses through you.
Barnabas, settle down.
Authority.
I don't want to have to use the illithid to control you, Barnabas. I could try persuasion. These are all negative for me. We do have proficiency in both of these, though, so it's not going to be that bad. Easy, Barnabas. I freed you. Kalark is friend, Barnabas. Kalark is friend. We need a 16. We roll a 12 minus 1 plus... Just barely. Just barely. Kalark friend, Barnabas. You're very welcome. I'm sure that's gonna be fine. I'm sure that's gonna be just fine. We can check the body. She does have a parasite. We're sending that over to Astarion. And I'll take that arrow of lightning as well. Okay, off to a good start here in Moonrise Towers. Why is all of the food in here stealing? Does that belong to you gnolls now? There does seem to be another mind flayer tadpole out here, but there's a cat messing with it. I'm just gonna walk up and pick this up as Astarion.
The cat glares at you with utter hatred. You took the tadpole, its prey, and it will remember this slight.
Okay. I'm sure there's a couple more tadpoles around wherever the absolute is. But we see the cat sneak into a small hole nearby. Heading back inside, we need Astarion in our party for this next part, but I don't know how this is going to work if we're controlling him in the party. She gives you some dialogue to go fetch him if he's not here, or at least hints that that's what she wants.
Araj Oblordra, trader in blood and the sanguineous arts. It is a pleasure to stand before a true soul and your pale companion. I'd like to offer my services, if you're willing.
What does the trader of blood do exactly?
I trade in blood and the potions that can be wrung from it. I'm more than happy to make you one, if you'd honor me with your blood. With one drop, I can brew a rather potent potion for you. The rest, I keep for myself.
I don't think I'm okay with someone just having super Githyanki blood sitting around. Well, what kind of potion is it exactly?
No idea, but it will be unique to you. Your blood essence and the Absolute's blessing intertwined. We can learn exactly what that means together,
Oh, that is interesting. That is a cool concept. What exactly will you do with the blood that you keep?
Research, naturally. A little experimentation, perhaps. I have an innate curiosity for all things sanguine.
Okay. I'm actually kind of interested to see what the effect of Kalark's blood would be. I am freaked out by her just having a vial of his blood sitting around, but you should always turn the page, right?
Just a little prick and it's all over. Close your eyes. There we are.
Ooh!
Your very best traits in a bottle. Use it well. Although perhaps there's one more thing we could discuss. Your friend.
This is really why I
He's a
gave
vampire,
blood.
no? Or one of their spawn, at least.
Oh, don't worry. We're all friends under the absolute. I won't bite.
Oh, I'd prefer if you did. I assume he belongs to you?
This is an interesting question I've never pondered. How does Kalark feel about the rest of his party? Are they adventurers together? Is he the ruler of them? Are we all equals? I mean, clearly that can't be. Lae'zel may come close to me, but none of these non-Githyanki could possibly hold a candle to Kalark's greatness. We travel together, that's all.
Ah, it's like that. Do you have a name, Spawn?
Oh, she's rude.
Astarion, but hold on.
Good. Now, Astarion. I've dreamt of being bitten by a
Oh, God.
vampire since I was a young girl.
No!
I'm sorry. You want to be bitten?
To feel your life's blood slipping away. To dance on the edge between life and death. Yes, I want it. I'll even compensate you. A potion of legendary power that forever increases the strength of the one who consumes it.
Kalark perks
It's not
up.
for sale, but it's yours if you bite me.
Bite her right now!
To decline.
No!
Excuse me? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you're squandering.
Bite her this moment!
Can't you talk some sense into your obstinate charge?
Listen, you little shit, if she can make me stronger, then you must do what she says. I thought you would jump for a chance like this.
I'm sorry, but could you excuse us a moment? Are you actually asking me to do this? Trading me for some potion?
Trading you? You're still here?
There's something wrong with her blood. I can smell it from here. It's rank.
Oh, just try it. You might like it. It might be a delicacy. What's wrong with her blood, though? Can you tell?
I can't say. It just smells wrong. Unnatural.
You're saying this right in front of
Drinking
her.
it wouldn't kill me, but it would not be pleasant.
Oh, well, just drink
I
it.
don't have all day, true soul.
Just suck it up and bite her already. Give Kalark the potion.
Fine. I'll do it. Darling, I've had a sudden change of heart. After all, who could resist such a delectable neck?
I'm going to close my eyes.
Hold very, very still.
Ugh.
Incredible. Incredible.
See, she likes it, Astarion.
Oh, hells.
Not to your taste.
Fetid. Full of corruption.
I feel exquisite, though. So here's my part of the bargain. I hope you find it as satisfying as I found this. It was everything I imagined, and then more. I'll be able to put this to good use.
You see, Astarion, it wasn't that bad. From doing that, we gained the potion of everlasting vigor. This is going to permanently increase our strength by 2. Unfortunately, because of the strategy we're using by chugging these elixirs of fill giant strength every day, our strength won't actually change from this. We have a 21 now. If we consume it, we're still going to have a 21 because that's what the elixir sets your strength to. So because we're min-maxing as hard as we are on Kalark, this isn't required for our playthrough. However, I did just dump all of Lae'zel's strength in order to up her charisma as much as I can. This means she's going to have a hard time pushing people, potentially a hard time jumping around without the use of the enhanced leap spell. So she could be a good candidate for this. As far as the elixir of Githyanki Providence, a mode of Githyanki psionics allows you to cast Misty Step, Invigorate, Leap, and Blur, each only once until your next long rest. So for one day, we get to Misty Step, leap around, and blur ourselves a bit more. Okay. Back in the main room now, there are a couple vendors in here that we can check out. One is a bugbear.
If you have coin, then show it.
With possibly the nicest mustache I have ever seen. He sells the Halberd of Vigilance. I'm actually a very big fan of this weapon. But just looking through his inventory, not too much is really jumping out at me for something I want to buy. Interestingly enough, he does have 3 soul coins. Then another vendor slightly more to the west. This is Roa Moonglow. We saw her inside of the goblin encampment as well. We stole from her already, actually.
Ah, a new face come to bask in the light of the absolute. How can I be of service, true soul?
I'm not convinced Clark ever talked to her. Oh, no, we met at the goblin camp. Let's not remind her of that. She'll be like, oh, do you still have those things you stole from me? Oh, she sells the Bloodied Great Axe. The Bloodied Great Axe is very, very good if you have like a barbarian in your party. That effect where they deal more damage when they're below 50% hit points or less actually adds a new damage source. So let's say we were playing as Lae'zel with our psionic damage ring as well as our caustic band, and you could even, with our dipping poison, it will apply all of these effects as well as our gloves onto the second part, like that extra 1d4 it's adding in if we're below 50% HP. A chunker of a weapon. I don't know if it's supposed to work that way, but it's really, really good. Oddly enough, I am going to buy this Scroll of Magic Missile because Gale does not have that spell learned yet. We'll go ahead and pick that up. Other than that, I don't think I'm buying anything else. Thanks. If we continue going to the west, there is a lovely ogre in this room named Mig.
Hush. Meat sounds above. Here.
Is there a perception check I can pass? Because I think I would pass it.
You do
yes!
hear it. Flesh sliding on stone. Like a living being extending through the walls.
It's very peculiar. Something in the walls. What is it?
Big. In walls above. Maybe. Whole tower. Loudest near kitchen. But Mig banned. Not allowed to pet nose.
Well, I mean, the supervisor of the kitchen isn't there anymore. You might be allowed in there now.
Find meat? You share.
Of course, if I find meat, you can have some. Of course. There is a way to investigate the claims of meat moving around in the walls. We first have to get above the main area here. Luckily for us, there is a ladder on the far side of the room. Now that we're up here, a few quick jumps should allow us to get above the mucus that we saw earlier. Perception check was successful. Let's stick our hand in this cracked wall.
Through a narrow crack in the wall, you hear something shift against stone. The pulse of a crawling, living thing.
Try an Arcana check to determine what it is, but that's not really my forte. I do have the Enlightened Helm, though. That will help, giving us a +4. We go... I don't know what this is. I don't think I want to use Inspiration on it, even though we are capped. If we're capped, I might as well, actually. Might as well. And then we, of course, roll the natty 20. Always roll again.
You can't quite catch a glimpse, but you recognize this feeling. The same alien presence you felt on the Nautiloid.
That's not good. Reach in. Perhaps I can squeeze the life out of something in here.
Your awareness unfolds, expanding through every wall in the tower, every mind. A vast living network extending down into the dark, where something wakes.
No! Pull away! Pull away! It's a trap!
Tendrils snap like iron cords around your wrist. That presence in your mind looms large, closer now.
I've never seen someone in my party try to grab me out of this. So they want me to pull away. I'll use all the strength I have. Tear your arm from the tentacle's grip. We need a 14. That's the easiest roll I've ever done in my entire life. We rolled a 24. Will Clark be able to pull his arm away?
With a soft sucking sound, your hand pulls free. The flesh within the wall retreats.
Ugh.
Keep your hands to yourself. Every last crevice of this tower could be infected.
Why is my hand black? Ugh.
You loud. Clumsy.
I don't think that's true. Well, I mean, I'm not a shadow monk, I guess. I encountered the being living in the wall, Mig.
Being? Tell Mig.
It's some kind of illithid being. It was horrible.
Uh-huh. Okay. But how taste?
Mig, I didn't taste it.
Mig thought true souls was brave.
Oh, Mig, you're my favorite person in here. There is one more thing to do before we meet the big bad evil guy, and that is to follow this trail of blood down to the Moonrise prison. We have made a promise to break someone out of this prison. I guess step one, let's see if we can find them. There are guards patrolling the walkways everywhere here. First cell, at least as of right now, appears to be empty. No way of opening that one. Next, we have Lacrissa and Danis. I was really hoping there was going to be a few more tieflings in there. The next cell is empty, but with a hole in the floor. No wonder it's empty. And then we see Wolbrin Bongle, as well as Nimble and Nichols.
Nimble, check for gaps, crack.
Your conversation has been cut short.
Oh.
These prisoners are for Disciple Balthazar's attention only.
Oh. What are these prisoners going to do? Talk me to death, you dumb fuck? Do not bother Clark again. Continue upon your patrol and leave me to my work. That's a natty 20. Hey!
Reasoning is hard to argue with. You're free to speak to the prisoners.
That's what I fucking thought. Now, did you ruin this cutscene?
You ordered that guard about as if you were the Absolute herself. What do you want with us, exactly?
Well, little one, I'm actually here to help you escape.
Huh. And why would you be so inclined?
When Clark makes a promise, Clark keeps his promise. It's that simple. I'm going to say I know the tieflings imprisoned here, and I want to break all of you out. That is going to be a persuasion check, which is interesting to me. We only need a 10. We have advantage and rolled a 22 with all of our modifiers.
Those Spitfires? Well, they certainly gave the guards a run for their money. And they'd be a help in the escape. I reckon you and I were meant to meet. I'm Wolbrin.
Hello, Wolbrin. I'm Clark. The pleasure is mine.
We've got a plan. For us and the tieflings both. But we're scuppered without the right equipment. We need tools. That head case of a warden robbed ours, but anything that breaks rock will do. Even if it's not Iron Hand quality.
You just need to break rocks. I could do that with my hands.
The bars. But for the love of Gale, make sure a guard doesn't see you, or we're both done for.
So, I did this encounter in the Zen playthrough. I tried to break these guys out. It went horribly. Silence didn't work the way I wanted it to. It was like my entire plan didn't go right. Then in the co-op playthrough with Gloom, it once again didn't seem to go very well at all. This combat encounter is my nemesis. But to be fair, I've never tried it the way that Wolbrin is suggesting. So he wants me to slip his tools into the cell without any of the guards seeing. This is going to sound like a dumb person plan, but remember, I wear the crown of enlightenment. What if I just killed a guard so fast they couldn't respond to anything? There is a bit of a problem that this guy has a fucking death save. But I might be able to figure out a solution for that. The death save would stop them from dying if their health reaches 1. Each of these guards seems to stand very, very close to an area that doesn't seem to have handrails, though. Astarion's going to walk over here and just play a little tune on his violin. Not half bad, the guard says. Kalark pushes him to his death. All right, that's one down.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Oh, another guard on the way. We'll just wait. She'll hear the music. Yes, do you hear it? Go over to the music, yes. And away from the scrying eye that would witness me. This is once again just another guard. Are you fucking kidding me? Push them into the pit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Luckily, they didn't react to the first time. Now, these scrying eyes really only have 8 HP. I'm very confident I can do that in a single hit. But would they alert everyone immediately after? Suppose there's one way to find out. We slow down time. We are going to crouch.
I don't want to draw anything.
And then flurry. I know that's using a key point, but I need to make sure this dies. And then unfreeze time. There's not even evidence that the eye was there in the first place. There might be some slight evidence that the eyeball was there in the first place. However, before this one acts, offhand strike. Are you kidding me? Hit again? Okay, this is the real test. If we walk up here,
never wanted the easy.
Are all of the guards mad at us? No, the guards are not mad at us. Okay, this is going well. This is going well. All right, all right. We are going to short rest because I'm out of key points.
Lovely little pick.
And Kalark is going to head into the main prison tower here. Just pop that door open. It does look like the warden is here. Ooh. Lae'zel's going to approach the warden. She can be very convincing, if needed. If not needed, we just short rested, which means she has all of our warlock spell slots back. She is going to try to talk to the warden, though.
You spark of the familiar. Do I know you, true soul? Perhaps not. Your face is rather bland. Regardless, know this. I am the warden. The prisoners are my charges, and I answer to Disciple Balthazar himself. Stay on my good side.
We've heard the name Balthazar a few times now, but we don't know the face. Maybe we should ask then, who is Disciple Balthazar?
My, they are letting all sorts become a true soul these days. He is chief advisor to General Ketheric, and one of the Absolute's favored. His necromancy is second only to the General's. It is an honor to serve him.
Oh, so your general's a necromancer. That's great. Your face is pretty bland too, you stupid fuck.
My face might be bland, but yours? It is now carved into my memory forever.
Other tieflings, your own people, are in a cell. Doesn't that bother you?
Anyone who refutes the Absolute is an enemy of mine, true soul. You would do well to remember that.
I don't like your tone. We are going to try to detect thoughts and gain access to her mind. We need a 13. We roll an 11. I assume Lae'zel has some inspiration. Only 3. We try again. We rolled a 9. What happens, do you think, if she catches on to this? We try again. A 17. Read her thoughts.
Your mind swirls with information about the prison. The small levers behind the warden's desk open every cell, while the larger one triggers the alarm. And interesting items confiscated from prisoners lie above the warden's office, just up the ladder.
Thank you for the information.
Kindly do it elsewhere. As I said, you are free to roam where you wish, but do not speak to the prisoners.
And as I said, you won't have to remember my face for long. Lae'zel moves to attack. Yes. Now, it's just Kalark and Lae'zel in here, so we are going to open the room and close the door. There is a scrying eye on the floor above us, so we need to be quick, although it looks like it's moving completely independent from the combat encounter. We move up for a toppling attack. Not knocking the warden to the ground. Also, the door is open behind me again. I'm going to follow up with a punch. And another punch. Lae'zel, do you think you could finish off the warden? Do you think you have that in her? Lae'zel moves up with one swing of her mighty sword and splits the warden into 2 pieces. Right. The levers are over here. Don't touch the big one. Also, his stuff is upstairs. Kalark sneaks down. Can I freeze time? It did affect the thing upstairs. That's good. I'm going to try to climb up and see if I could deal with this scrying eye before it sees us. This is the cleanest jailbreak I have ever done so far. And with one solid punch, the scrying eye is no more. Bringing our bard over, because there are some locked things in here. I don't know which chest houses the... You know what? We probably don't even need a lockpick for this. I didn't loot the warden. You failed a lockpicking check? What? Go again. You failed a... Oh my god! Astarion's never done this before. Let's check the warden's body. Are there any... keys here? Ooh, lots of things. Moonrise guard key and the prison key. We'll send both of those to Astarion. We also have the Spellcrux amulet. Restores spell slots. We're going to give that to Gale. Heavy crossbow +1. We'll take it. Potion of angelic reprieve and invisibility potions, along with some special arrows. You carry it around a lot. Funny enough, the key did not open this chest, and Astarion fucking loses his roll again. This is ridiculous. Thank you. Thank you. Watch, there's not going to be anything inside of this. Ooh, there's some things inside of this. See invisibility, big ol' health potions, diluted oil of sharpness. Okay, that was worth it. This one locked as well. Let's try to pop it open. We need a 16. We roll a 50. How? How? Your fucking bonus is a 10 to 13. Thank you. He rolled a natty 20. That's like our third of the video. I think these, where is a +1 bonus to spell DC while threatened? I thought these were for our evidence. Oh, here's Wulbrin's hammer sitting right here. He wanted us to toss that into the cell with him. I might as well take the trap disarm kit while we're up here as well. You know, rather than throwing his hammer to him for the jailbreak, I have another idea. Clark is going to move to the west of the jail cells, over here where we were luring that guard to their death. We're going to jump up here on this rock. There's a few different ways to get back here. This one is by far the easiest. You could actually get thrown in jail and then gain access to this spot, but luckily for us, We don't need to do that this time. We passed it. This is like an access tunnel behind each of the cells. Maybe they were thinking about expanding their cells here. But if we just hop over this gap, this is the back of Wulbren's jail cell. There is a boat back here, a sloop that these guys are going to try to escape on. Survival check. Now, normally, I'd have to worry about the guards patrolling around and potentially seeing us break the wall, and then, oh my god, there's a bunch of evidence that there's a jail escape. But I think all of the patrolling guards are taken down. Wow, that is satisfying. So I'll just smash that motherfucker down. Both of the tieflings seem to be in good spirits. We're going to make our way back over to the other side. Now, Wulbren did want his hammer back, and I will give it to him. We will just throw this through the bars. But on the other side...
Good work.
Ooh.
We're gonna wait until it's quiet and then bust out the back wall.
Good plan.
However, I'll clinch you. Once we move, keep the patrols busy. If the bastards spot us, all of bloody Moonrise will come down on us.
I have seen timelines where that happens.
We'll move once it's quiet. Until then, be ready.
Is it quiet enough for you now? Get out of here, little guys. Come on.
I must.
Now, the tieflings are currently working on breaking the chains back here. We can help out with that as well.
All that's left is to ship off.
Oh, they didn't need me to. They actually just broke it.
Hide out on the water. Unless you have a better idea.
Your plan's to hide out on the water? Why don't you go to the last light inn? You'll be safe there.
Safe? That's no small claim in these parts. Lead the damn way.
I hope the rest of my party's coming with me, too. It's going to be awkward if they don't. Uh-oh. Clark decided to leave.
Drift through the dark until time, skill, or luck brings you to Last Light's dock.
Hey, bud. You shaking your head at us? That's kind of weird.
You can't just land and start unloading strangers. They're procedures, damn it. No one gets in without being tested. Commander Jaheira's orders.
Tested with the parasite. That does make sense. We all just escaped the Absolute. These people need sanctuary. No. No, I think we should test them.
Here, form a line. Let's see if the Absolute's little pet recognizes any of you.
Because we don't want any spies in here.
What are you doing?
He only wants to see if you're infected. It's safe, I promise.
If what you said is true, no one has anything to fear. If not, well, we'll soon find out. Now, form a line. I'll not ask again. That's it. This won't take long.
Let's see if anyone was infected by a parasite. We'll have our party just kind of spread out here and watch the festivities. Wulbren is a character I don't think I've ever successfully gotten to Act 3. Same thing with a lot of these tieflings here. Now, unfortunately, not all of the tieflings did make it from the Grove, but we did the best that we could. That jailbreak went awesome, but of course there's still more to do inside of Moonrise Towers. Ketheric Thorm is waiting in that throne room, and we should probably have a word with him. We're going to do that in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button. We have one more episode for this week that's going to be coming out Friday. And please don't forget, November 4th, we're doing that 24-hour charity live stream to raise money to help sick kids. And what's the verdict?
And you're clear. Welcome to Last Light.
Look at that. We did a good deed. Look at that. And only the bad people died. Wow.